We made it. We made it to the next Avengers movie.
It's about freaking time.
Yes, it's been a while. We are talking about Avengers Age of Ultron from 2015. This is episode number 24, by the way. I'm trying to keep track of some of these. I was trying to figure out how I do it, and Corbett said maybe I should put it in the corner of my notes that I always make. And I'm mad at myself that I never thought of it.
Why didn't you think of that? What a freaking loser.
I don't know. No. I don't get it either.
Just kidding.
But yes, we talking about Age of Ultron, Avengers Age of Ultron. The second Avengers movie directed by Joss Whedon. From Buffy fame, he's the guy who created Buffy.
Yep, Buffy.
In case you didn't know. We're starring Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Scarlett Johansson, Chris Evans, Jeremy Renner, Don Cheadle, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Elizabeth Olsen, the better of the Olsen sisters. Paul Bettany, Colby Smulders, Anthony Mackie, Linda Cardellini, James Spader, and Samuel L. Jackson.
Linda Cardellini. It's a beautiful woman right there. But it's crazy because I've seen her in many other things. But
I was about to say she's Aunt May, but no, that's Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei.
But
if you remember, she was Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That is
by James Gunn.
That is one of the main things I will remember her from was Scooby-Doo.
And she's did we already talk about it? She's going to be playing Pamela Voorhees in that upcoming
we talked about that
Crystal Lake TV show, which is coming out in October. That's one we're going to have to do.
Yes,
definitely. When it's all out. Samuel L. Jackson. The L stands for Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson. Screenplay again Screenplay by Joss Whedon. Produced Kevin Feige. Cinematography by Ben Davis. Edited by Jeffrey Ford and Lisa Lassick. Music by Brian Tyler and Danny Elfman. I didn't know that Danny Elfman did this. I found this out while writing the script. Release date May 1st, 2015.
Right before my 25th birthday.
Budget $444 or between $444 and $495.2 million gross. $365 million net. Box office $1.405 billion.
Not $100 billion.
No.
I'm kidding.
Close to it, but damn. This is where they started knowing what they're doing. Marvel knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
In the film, the Avengers fight Ultron, an artificial intelligence created by Tony Stark and Bruce Banner, who plans to bring about world peace by causing human extinction. You saw this in theaters, of course?
Yeah, I saw this in theaters. That's crazy. I didn't see the first one in theaters, but I saw the second one.
I saw the first one in theaters like four times. I saw only this one twice. I had a really good time with this movie. This movie, when it came out, was successful, but there was a lot of criticism.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go through it.
Oh, yeah.
But I think over the last couple of years, I think it's starting to kind of die down, that criticism. Still, it's in there, but people aren't complaining about it as much. Or at least is what I've been hearing in the movie world. I'm not in the movie world. I'm not in the movie business. I'm just talking about the entire net.
The entire net.
The entire net. A bunch of fucking trolls talking about it, but
you piss off. Oh, yeah.
A sequel was announced in May 2012 after the success of the first movie, with Whedon set to return as writer and director in August. He updated Ultron's origin from the film to involve the MCU's Avengers team, introduced the characters Pietro, Taylor Johnson, and Wanda Maximoff Olsen, who Marvel shared the rights with the 20th Century Fox. Wanda and Peter are X-Men characters, but somehow in the rights to who owns what characters, Fox owned X-Men and all them.
Yeah.
Marvel owned everything else, and then Sony was like Spider-Man and all his villains and heroes and stuff. But somehow Wanda and Peter were kind of in between there. I don't know exactly how it works, but I remember them talking about it. By the time this movie came out, if I'm not mistaken, hold on. Yeah, Quicksilver was already introduced in an X-Men movie, but we'll talk about that in a second. With an estimated net budget of $365, this film is one of the most expensive films ever made. Even more than the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
And those were some expensive damn movies.
Yeah. Whedon stated that Spader was his first and only choice for the role because of his hypnotic voice that can be eerily calm and compelling while also being very human and humorous.
But you know what's crazy about James Spader? Like whenever I think it was during the audition, or maybe it was during film. It might have been during filming, that whenever he was doing one of his scenes, like he was so like awesome at it, like they gave him like a standing ovation.
Dude,
like he was so good at his character.
Spoiler alert,
it was really cool.
Spader as Ultron is one of the best parts of this movie.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
His voice coming out of the robot is just awesome sounding. And they said it was his first and only choice.
And what's crazy is that like he didn't have to change his voice.
No,
that was his natural speaking voice, and that's really cool.
James Spader, I was telling you this before we turned on the camera. I've seen him in things, but one noticeable movie, I've only seen it once, that he did was in, I think it was 97. It was called Crash.
Crash?
It's about, you got to have open mind about this. The movie is about people who are sexually turned on by car crashes.
Wow.
Yeah. I'd like to do that one day because I've only seen it once. I have it. I want to go through and see what it was all about. But
that's crazy.
I know it sounds weird, but people getting in car crashes and then fucking. That's what's going on, okay? But we'll talk about it when we get there. Yeah. Of course, he played Robert California in The Office the last few seasons.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Feige clarified that Spader's face and body were motion captured to create a whole performance, and they didn't want to hire him just to do a robot voice. Extensive scans were taken of Spader's head and body in preparation for the role.
Yep.
Marvel Studios, Feige also said the studio was beginning to look at the films that would comprise Phase 2 of the studio's shared universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which would start, of course, with Iron Man 3 and would culminate in the second Avengers film, which, technically the next movie is the end, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I'd have to look that up.
Yeah, I'd have to kind of go into more detail with that.
Yeah. Where am I? In March 2012, Joss Whedon, director of the first film, stated that he would want to do a sequel, but to be more small, personal, and painful. That it's not just a rehash of what seemed to work in the first film.
Yeah.
Definitely a different movie.
That's why it did so well also, yeah.
And with a theme full of originality in it to itself, despite the production of the film becoming increasingly wider in scope, Feige maintained that this was not their intention, always looking to see where the team wanted to take the characters over how to make it bigger than the Avengers. Most of the film's cast were under contract to potentially appear in the sequel. However, Tony Stark's Robert Downey Jr. was not, as his 4-picture deal with Marvel expired after Iron Man 3. I remember them talking about this. When this movie was going on, they didn't know if Robert was going to come back because he only had 4 pictures deal. He did the 3 Iron Man and the Avengers. So he was done. I don't remember what made him come back. I guess he liked the script, which they kind of needed him, and I'm glad he did
because it wouldn't have been the same without.
And then if we wouldn't have got what we did, if you know what movie I'm talking about, we're not there yet. We're getting there.
It's very possible. It's very possible that if he wouldn't have returned, we wouldn't have the movies that we have right now.
Yeah, especially. Well, I'm just gonna say it in Endgame. That was perfect. We'll get there. Whedon said that he looked into the films The Empire Strikes Back and The Godfather Part 2 as inspirations.
Nice.
I think I already said this, but a report on the actual production costs for the film from Film LA Inc. indicated a gross budget of $444 million with a net of $365 for the movie, and it would make it one of. I already said it. I don't know why I put it down twice, but yeah, technically, according to this is one of the most expensive films ever made. And actually, I tried to look it up. I couldn't quite find it, but I think that in the list that I saw, from what I remember, this was number 6 or 5
of most expensive films ever made. Yeah. Oh shoot! I'm wondering what number 1 was.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna look that up one day. Okay, I saw it. And no, that's the thing. I forgot to write them down. And I was gonna.
It happens. Life gets in the way, screws you all up.
Yeah.
Y'all know.
This movie, I remember.
That movie was great. It really was.
Yeah. Like I said, there was some controversy behind it because of. I'm just gonna say it right now. This movie spent more time setting up the future than having one story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
The Thor scene we'll get to was cut down, but they left that in there. And I don't remember. I forgot to write it down too. Jesus Christ.
Let's just go into
it.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, okay. I get it. All
right. We get a shot of the staff. Is one of the first shots of the movie that we last saw in the post-credit, the mid-credit scene. No, it was the mid-credit scene.
Mid-credit, yeah.
Of Winter Soldier. And we get a shot of Wanda and Pietro, played by Elizabeth Olsen and Aaron Taylor Johnson, who I know from first time I ever saw him was Kick-Ass.
Yes.
Remember Kick-Ass? I got a funny story about that.
That movie was great.
Well, I'm going to take a pause here. I'm going to go into a couple of the Did You Knows, okay?
The Did You Know?
Aaron and Elizabeth play brother and sister in this movie. However, a year before, they played husband and wife in Godzilla 2014.
That's right.
Where Bryan Cranston was his dad.
I remember that.
Which they advertised Bryan Cranston in it, and he dies early on in the movie.
And was it Kyle Chandler was in it too?
No, that's the next one.
That was the next one. You're right.
Wait.
Yeah.
Because the next one had 11 from Stranger Things.
That's right.
But also, okay. You got. I said he was. First time I saw him was Kick-Ass, which is a fun movie, by the way. I'd like to do both those movies.
The second one was pretty good too. I enjoyed that.
There's some controversy behind that, including Jim Carrey, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Okay. So you got Aaron Taylor Johnson in that movie playing. I don't remember the character's name, but he's of course Kick-Ass. You've seen the movie?
Yeah.
His friend.
Yes.
It's Evan Peters.
Holy shit.
Who also played Quicksilver.
That's right.
In X-Men Days of Future Past.
That's right.
Quicksilver, friends with Quicksilver.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's cool.
Yeah,
no, I didn't.
That
That's cool
caught me off guard too.
That's cool as hell.
Yeah. Evan Peters' Quicksilver is awesome too.
Yeah, no shit. That was cool.
We're going to talk about some X-Men movies probably later this year to prepare for the end of the year. But, he was good too. But I liked Aaron's take.
Yeah, Aaron, yeah.
That's my little, what's it called?
Fun fact.
Little FF for you. Fun fact. I keep saying So they have that awesome shot of the Avengers. Oh, I don't remember what if it's here or not. Shit.
Give him time.
Oh. No. We can talk about it right now.
Okay.
Before, I don't know if it's before or after, but the Avengers are here. Okay, no. They got each Avenger individually fighting the bad guys outside Baron von Strucker's
place.
They
have that shot of each individual one fighting someone out there.
Hulk running, Thor flying and hitting people. Cap is riding a motorcycle, grabs the dude by the leg, drags him behind the thing, and throws him at others.
You have Black Widow and freaking oh shit! They're in the Jeep.
Yeah, and then it does superhero pose, where they turn and they all jump, kind of like they tried to do the superhero pose again, like from the first Avengers movie. That little circular spin they got. They got this one a straight like side shot of like all of, which I think is cool. And they're going, no words spoken. They're going, and Tony's flying through the castle. He's going to hit it, but it bounces off of the seal, and he yells, shit. Yeah. Cap goes, language.
That was so funny. One of the first, like, shit.
Yeah, when they showed Peter and Wanda, you hear some words in the background.
Right.
But actual like characters that we see speak.
The first line was shit.
Yeah. They're at a Hydra base led by Baron Wolfgang von Strucker, played by Thomas Kretschmann. First time I ever saw him, he was in Resident Evil Apocalypse. The second one.
I remember that.
Which is my favorite part is at the end of the movie when he's in that helicopter trying to escape and they knock him out and he falls and breaks his legs.
Yep.
And he's crawling away. The zombies are coming after him. So he tries to kill himself and the gun was empty. Yeah.
Click,
and then they got him.
I remember that. Yeah.
That's the first time I ever saw him.
Whenever that happened, I went, that's stupid.
Like, I was in theaters when we seen it and we hear, oh!
That's some of the best things to hear in the movie theater. Yeah. Some people's reactions to something.
Okay, and so they're trying to get through there, and stuff's going down, and then they're like, Tony says, "Is anybody gonna say anything?" That Steve just said language. He's like, "I know." And then he sees some enemies or truck coming, and he does a flip off the motorcycle, and it hits it, and he goes, it just slipped out.
He threw the damn motorcycle out.
It took me until last week when I watched this movie that when he said it just slipped out, I thought he was talking about the motorcycle slip.
No, he was talking about
when he said language.
Yeah.
It took me 10 years to realize that.
Really?
Yes, it did.
I realized it the first time he said
it. That's what upsets me. It's like, I should have known. Stupid me. Yeah, it just slipped out. Shit. There's a lot that's happening right here. I don't want to talk about all of it to save some time.
Yeah, save some time.
So one.
Not Wanda.
Shit, I'm trying to figure out how to go for this.
Natalie?
So they're trying to figure out what to do.
I thought you were talking about Natalie.
We need to do this, we need to do that. And then Tony's like, hey, for God's sake, watch your language. That's not going away anytime soon.
That was funny.
So they're all attacking, but they're showing inside the castle, and this guy goes, so the Avengers are here. And then he's like, "Oh, we gotta hide all the stuff." And he's like, "Can you hold them back?" He's like, "But they're the Avengers."
They're the Avengers.
That's stereotypical German accent.
I know, right?
They're the Avengers.
Oh, it's so
So
funny.
he knows that they're getting close, and he's like, "No surrender!" And they're like, "No surrender!" And he looks at his friends. I'm going to surrender.
Yeah,
They're trying to do that so they can hide all the stuff, what they're really working on. And, they got a bunker outside shooting at Clint. And as he shoots it, something catches it. And he looks again. And then he's about to do it again. And someone whops him by, knocks him down. And it's Quicksilver. He's like, "You didn't see that coming?" It just flies, goes away. And then something comes out and shoots him. It hurts him pretty bad.
Yeah.
And Nat goes to help him. He's like, "Can someone take care of that bunker?" And the Hulk.
Yeah, he took care of it. Thank you.
But they also they're trying to get the scepter, like we said, and Thor hits Steve's shield, and it knocks out. That's where he says, "Gosh sakes, watch your language," right there.
Yeah.
But just trying to catch up on some of the stuff. But Iron Man, he goes through to get a missile, and he shoots the shield to weaken it, and he aims it down because he uses his scanner to find where the shield thing is. So he gets it, and then he goes through the window, and everyone's trying to shoot at him. He's like, "Come on, guys, let's talk. Let's stop." And then he takes them all out and they're all down. He's like, "That was a good talk." And you hear one guy go, "No, it wasn't."
That's right. I remember
that. But yeah, he gets out and he's trying to scan, and he sees like a thing that could be a secret door. He's like, "Please be a secret door. Please be a secret door." Yay! And he gets in there, and he sees like robot pieces on a table, and then he turns around and they have
that big fucking
worm turd from
the first one. Yeah.
So Pietro goes out to stop the Avengers there, but Wanda's inside, and she gets behind Tony and makes him see something with her little magic. And the thing looks like it comes to life, and he turns around, and it's all the Chitauri's coming to Earth, and all the Avengers are dead.
Yeah.
And he goes up to Steve, and Steve grabs him. He's like, "You could have saved us. Like, why didn't you?" Like, blood coming out of the nose. Like, he's seeing that it's all his fault, that they're all taken out. And it's
all a hallucination.
While they're doing that, Nat is trying to calm down Banner. And she's like, "Sun's getting real low, big guy," and trying to be, I guess, soft with him.
Yeah, she like caresses his hand and stuff. Yeah,
which this movie is hinting now that during this time they formed some kind of relationship, and there's something that I want to kind of talk about when we get to it that kind of bothers me that some people did. Anyway, I'm about to get there. They're calming him down, and then it shows that Wanda let him take the scepter.
Yes.
Because she saw something. Yes. So he takes it and it cuts to Age of Ultron, which Age of Ultron is the name of a comic run in there about the Ultron.
Right.
But it's not this story. This story was made for the movie. The Age of Ultron in the comics is totally different. And in fact, in the comics, it's still totally different because in the comics, I said that 3 times. That's weird saying that. Tony is not the creator of Ultron.
According to the comic books, right?
Hank Pym is the creator.
Oh, really?
Of the comics. And the original Ant-Man. Yeah, he's the creator, but they went a different way because they didn't have like Ant-Man ready yet. Which Ant-Man is the next movie. But
there's a I don't know if I should bring this up yet, but there's a fact about Scarlett Johansson that I was going to bring up, but I don't know if I should wait till later.
You can say it now.
Turns out she was pregnant during the filming of the movie.
I was going to get to it when she did all the rougher stuff.
Yes.
Of course, it's not her. It's a stunt person.
It's a stunt person,
but they said they did all the tricks that they could to hide it. And I'm going to be perfectly honest. I watched this movie twice.
And I never seen anything.
I kind of paid attention to her scenes. whatever they did, I couldn't tell.
Well, that's the thing. Like, and you got to think they had to have put something on her stomach to kind of computer generate it out. They had to.
Yeah, and
I don't know for
a lot
sure.
of shots of her kind of like blocking her belly.
Yes, there's a lot of shots of her kind of,
Yeah, but I couldn't tell at all.
Me neither.
I think that's really good the way they did that.
But like I didn't know that until I started looking into it. I'm like, oh damn, she was pregnant the whole time during that movie.
Yep.
Okay.
She is, I don't know, married to or dating Colin Jost.
I think they're married. Colin Jost from
SNL.
Yes, SNL. Yeah.
I didn't know like who he was until like I found out he was on Saturday Night Live. He's the guy that does the Weekend Update with the black guy Michael Shea.
God, that was so.
When they would switch jokes.
Yeah,
like they wrote for each other.
They wrote each other's jokes, and they
and the black guy always makes the white guy read the racist stuff, which was always so funny that they do that.
I laugh way too hard at those.
It's funny. So now they're heading back to base now, and you hear like soft music playing, and it's Banner listening to headphones. He's got the Beats by Dre on.
Yeah,
some product placement in there. When Tony sets the autopilot, and he passes that little sign that says "Jarvis is my co-pilot,"
right?
And they're trying to assure Bruce that all the stuff that he did wasn't bad, and they're like, Thor, we need an assessment on the Hulk. And he said, the gates of hell are filled with the screams of his victims.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, not screams of relief. They have gout or something. Or I forgot how he said
gout. I thought it was gout or something.
Yeah.
But there was
torn deltoids and gout.
There was I'm going to kind of go back a little bit, but Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
Did you know they asked him to like lose muscle mass for his role? Because apparently he was a built dude.
Yeah.
Like he was a built dude. And they wanted him to lose his muscle mass to appear as like a runner.
Yeah.
Because Quicksilver.
He burns a lot of calories.
Exactly. So he burns a lot of calories and he loses quite a bit of muscle mass for that.
That's interesting.
But it's like, damn, why would you want someone to do that? Because like he probably worked his ass off to get that build.
Corbin, if someone offered you like $4 million, would you do that?
See, no, because honestly,
I was expecting you to say yes. You just totally destroyed what I was saying. No, it's fine. No, dude, you good.
But here's the thing: no amount of money is going to risk me jeopardizing my health. Possibly, I'm sorry, no.
Losing weight and gaining weight for like this stuff is really hard.
That can mess you up.
Yeah, just picture Christian Bale.
Exactly. He had a lot of issues after doing that.
Yeah. And he played Batman after that.
Yeah, because I mean, he went from damn near less than 100 pounds to 180, 190 pounds of solid muscle. No, that messed him up.
So so they're relieved that they have the staff. So they're planning a party, and Tony wants to look at it at the staff while they're there. Tony asks Bruce, if Dr. Cho, one of the ladies that they work with, is going to be there working on something.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, that's fine. But I forgot to mention, too, because they're talking about they needed a little help. So what Tony did was make suits to kind of help them out, which he calls the Iron Legion.
Yeah.
And they showed up there to help people, but people were throwing stuff at it. They didn't like that.
No,
so
I didn't like that one bit.
And then they showed the Iron Legion coming back to
we're trying to help.
Get worked on. Yeah, we're trying to help.
It's like, please. I forgot how they said, but it's like, we're trying to help. But it's like, they don't care.
So, they're planning a party, and Dr. Cho and her team are they're trying to heal him. She's got a cradle thing that makes flesh, and it's because it's shot kind of like a mark on him, and they're trying to fix that. And they're like, he's coding, he's going to die. He's like, no, I'm going to live forever. And then she's like, oh, this is going to look so good, your own girlfriend won't notice. He's like, I don't have a girlfriend. And he's like, I can't help you with that. And then they asked Helen Cho if she's going to stay. She's like, I don't know. Is Thor going to be there?
Yeah.
So then you cut to they're working on the staff. and they realize that something is inside the staff, and they're working, and they figured out that basically it's uh they discover artificial intelligence inside the gym, and they use it to work on it. I see a suit of armor around the world because Tony wants to do this, so he don't have to do that, so he can live his life.
Yeah, basically live in peace. Yeah, live in peace. Yeah,
peace in our time.
He doesn't want to have to constantly get in that suit and go protect the world.
And they call it Ultron. So they get Jarvis in that little yellow thing, and they're trying to show how it works. And then they show the blue circle, the thing, and they're like, it's thinking. It's just a blue circle. You don't know how that works.
It's like it's thinking on its own. Yeah, you don't know how it's working. You don't know that.
It's not even really that. Y'all not staring at anything. I've seen how movies work. That's CG. It's like it's one of those things where you got to make up something because that stuff doesn't exist.
In order to be an actor and do something like that, you got to have an imagination.
I know. Well, yeah.
You got to have an imagination. So otherwise, it's just going to make you look stupid as hell.
So they keep working on it, and nothing works. So they're like, we'll work on it tomorrow. Yep. Let's go party. And at this time, you see Ultron wakes up, and
Jarvis is trying
to talk to him. He's like, "What is this? Where am I?" And he's like, I forgot all the stuff that he said, but he was trying to look at stuff. He's like, "Why do you call him sir?" Yeah. He's like, "We're having a nice talk."
Yeah, we're having a nice... It was so awesome and so smooth.
Yeah.
So I like James Spader.
And then he destroys Jarvis. And then, we get the party. A bunch of shit going on.
Remember that one part in the party?
Well, we're getting to it.
Yep, come on.
But, so Jarvis, Ultron is... Oh, we'll get to that. So they're at the party, and Steve is checking in with Sam to find out about Bucky. Because he said, I would have wanted to help you, but I was happier looking at our missing persons case. And he's trying to find Bucky. And I love how they cut to Rhodey, and he's telling his story about putting a tank. He's like, boom, you looking for this? And they're just not laughing. Boom, you looking. Why do I even talk to you?
Why do you even talk to you?
Like, is that your story? Like, yeah, it's good. It's good. And
that was so funny.
And Maria Hill comes up, and she's like, where's all the ladies? And he's talking about what Pepper's running the company. He's like, Jane discovered, like, her thing on the convergence, working on what they call a Nobel Prize, and then she says something. Testosterone. I'm sorry. He's like, you want something to your throat, a lozenge, and she walks away. And Thor under his breath goes,
Jane was better.
And then we get what was it? Oh, Thor has his own drink.
Yes.
But like it was aged 1,000 years.
1,000 years. Ship. No human can handle it. Pretty much.
Neither was Omaha Beach, Blondie. And it's Stanley. He's wearing a veteran's hat, and they're like, "Okay." He gives him, and they're carrying him away. Excelsior! But do you ever notice in the background that dude just fucking standing there like this?
Yes, he's just standing there.
He's just like. They told him to stop. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like,
I don't know.
And then we get Bruce and Nat flirting.
Yeah, she's behind the bar.
Yeah, and it's like you said, you can't tell she's pregnant because she's behind the and it almost looks like Mark Ruffalo. Bruce has no idea how to flirt.
Yeah, it kind of looked like he did in that.
But then Steve comes up. He's like, "I've seen her flirt up close. It's like, she likes you. It's like, being the poster child for waiting too long. Don't
wait. Yeah, just don't wait. Go for it.
What do you mean up close?
He's like, yeah, what do you mean up close?
And then, where I think this is it. Yeah, I also wrote, where did the hell did this relationship come from? Because it almost feels forced. And then we get the best scene in the movie, in my opinion. You got everyone sitting around Thor's hammer, and they're trying to explain. He's trying to explain why they can't lift it.
They say it was,
And he was it Clint was whoever holdeth the power. He's like, it's a trick. He's like, you're more than welcome to try.
yeah, go ahead.
So he walks up, tries to pull it. He's like, I don't see how you can do it. Tony tries, and as he's walking up, he says something that I didn't look up until like recently. He says, "Now, if I do this,
like
I'm gonna reinstate
rule Asgard or something.
Yeah, rule Asgard." But he's like, "If I do this, I'm going to I'll be reinstituting prima nocta."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
What does
So
it
I
mean?
looked it up. Prima nocta, or just prima noctis, is an alleged feudal custom in which a lord claims the right to spend the first night with a subordinate's bride. But it is widely regarded as a myth with little historic evidence. Like,
jeez,
that's what it's supposed to mean, but no, there's nothing that really ties it to
that ties it to.
Yeah,
that's still funny how he brought that up. It's something that
so if he lifts it, he's gonna be with Jane. Like,
that's
or
what it kind
whoever.
of sounds like.
Yeah, I find that funny. Like, I always wanted to know what that meant.
That's funny.
Yeah, so like we said, Tony tries.
He tries it. Then he gets a freaking
But he goes to grab his gauntlet.
Well, he has his gauntlet.
Yeah, and tries to do it, and he goes, "Come help
me." But he also gets Rhodey.
Yeah, are you on my team? Are you helping? And they're both pulling, won't move. Bruce tries and pretends to Hulk out, but he fails. And everyone's just
fails miserably.
And then when Steve comes up, he grabs it. It barely
moves.
The look on Thor's face.
He goes from smiling and laughing. He goes,
yes. And then he tries it again, but he lets go. And the sigh that he has, he's like, huh.
Like the sigh of relief, like, oh, he did not. But that told him right there that
foreshadow, we'll get there. Yep. We're going to get there.
But that told Thor right there that,
But just the look on his face, like, oh shit. And then it's like, oh, thank God. And then they point at Nat, and she says, where is it? Nat says that's a question that she does not need answered, like whether she's worthy.
Yeah.
Because in the comics, it said that Black Widow is worthy.
Oh, I did not know that.
In some stories. I don't know which ones. I didn't look them up. Because I remember when the movie was coming out, when that scene happened, like after like Easter eggs, and that was, she was there.
That's pretty cool, actually.
He goes, it's a trick. He goes, or I could just say, he grabs the hammer, picks it up, and flips it, and you're all not worthy. And they all just booing at him. And then, as this time, you see a robot walk it up. Hold on, but before that, they got the noise.
Yeah, it was the noise.
If you noticed, everyone kind of whimpered, except Tony.
Yep.
Because that's already happened to him once.
Yep.
In the first movie, when Obadiah put that machine to his ear, so he has something in there to block any kind of signal, any waves like that to paralyze him, because Tony always learns from his mistakes.
True story.
And he's checking. Yeah, everyone winces but him.
Quince up but him,
And he says, like, you're all not worthy, like Thor says it, but then you hear worthy. And you see a robot coming, he's like, how can you be worthy?
He's all screwed up looking at first,
when he says, oh wait, where am I? Boom. With Ultron, he's talking about, like, had to kill the other guy. That you killed someone, wouldn't have been my first choice. And he's like, in this body, I'll get another body. He's like, not this. I always thought he said, not this Christmas, like as a joke, But it says Chrysalis, I think.
Chrysalis,
the subtitle.
Yeah.
But I always thought it was not this Christmas.
Like it's supposed to be a joke or something.
I really did. Like, I thought that's what he said.
At first, when I first saw it, I thought that's what he said, but then I watched it with subtitles.
Yeah, so he's you want the world to change, but you don't want to change.
Yeah, but you don't want to change with it, yeah.
And he learns all the stuff from them, and he through the internet, and then he's like, "Peace in our time," and it's Tony's voice, and then Banner looks at him and says, "Ultron," and so all of a sudden, robots start flying in. Things are going down. Rhodey gets knocked away. Shit hit the fan. Bruce and Nat flip over the table. And he falls
lucky
into her
son
booth.
of a bitch.
Yeah. Which is funny. This is a Joss Whedon movie. This ain't the first time this happened in a Joss Whedon movie. This has happened in a DC movie, but we'll talk about that one day. But yeah, this ain't the first time something like this has happened. Anyway, yeah, so they're taking out the robots. Okay, I'm not going to say the whole thing, but just shit goes down, and then they end up winning, like taking out like most of the robots. But Ultron goes, "That was dramatic." Yeah. And he's like, the only peace they can have is Avengers extinction, and then they take out that robot, and the other robot grabs the scepter and flies away. And then it flies and when Ultron's destroyed, it goes through the internet and makes it back to Von Strucker's castle. I forgot, at the beginning part, whenever they were going through the tower to take out the Hydra,
right?
Steve comes across Strucker.
Yes.
And he has his shield on the ground, and Steve kicks it up and then hits it towards him and knocks him out with the shield. Yep. That's how they catch him.
Yep.
And he's like, "Ugh."
I remember that.
Yeah, I totally forgot that they captured him right there. Yeah, so he wipes out all the information through the internet. And then they're talking about, like, there's this guy named Ultron. And I never noticed, too, I totally missed this. Steve's upset because he knows that Tony did something, but when he's sitting back there, like, with his arms crossed, he's like, "Ultron." Like, I never noticed that. Yeah. So I obviously watched that. I was like, "Oh, shit."
Are you dying?
Oh, joking. Hold on.
Don't die. Excuse him. He might need some milk.
He needs some milk. Somebody. When they show the destroyed Jarvis thing.
Yeah.
He's like, "This is out of fear," you know? And then Thor comes in and grabs Tony by the throat.
Oh, yeah.
"I have more than enough words for you, Stark." And he sets him down. He's like, "Yeah, they lost trail about 100 miles. And
you want to choke his ass. I was like, "What were you thinking?"
He starts to laugh. He's like, "You think this is funny?" But when he starts to laugh, Bruce is like,
He's like, no, stop.
He's like, "Is something funny to you?" He's like, "It is. You know, is it? It's a hoot that you don't get why we need this." He's like, "Tony, this may not be the best time." He's like, "Really? You're just going to roll over right now and show your belly?" "Only when I've created a Murderbot." Yeah. So he's just talking about the Ultron plan. You know, it's for the suits. We can bust arms dealers all the live long day, but up there, that's the end game.
Yep, that's the end game.
Style drop. Which it wasn't named that at the time.
Yeah, it was.
So he's, he said the thing.
He said the thing. Yeah.
He's like, "How do we beat that?" And Steve says, "Together." And then Tony's like so scared. He's just like, "We'll lose." He's like, "Then we'll do that together."
We'll lose together. Yeah.
Like, damn.
Like, damn. It's like if it looks hopeless, you go out in a fight. I'm together. I mean, shit.
And we cut back to Sokovia, which is where that takes place. They meet at a church, the twins. Like, this church is the center of town, so people be closer to God.
Yeah.
And when Ultron stands up, like you see his awesome new body. I love the design though, by the way.
Right.
And they designed him so well, like his mouth like moves like lips, like instead of it.
Yes,
like,
I like how they do that. Yeah, that was really cool.
And he tells them like people create the things they dread.
I forgot how he said that.
And he said something. He's like, people create smaller people, children. I lost the word there. And he's like, I've come to save the world, but also, yeah. So they make it back to the castle, and he's showing them. He's showing them the what all he's doing.
Damn it, yeah.
And then that's where you get the backstory of Wanda and Peter. They lost their parents at a bombing through their apartment, and their parents were taken out.
Yep.
But the missile fell by them, and it didn't blow up for like 2 days. And it had Stark Industry on it.
Yep.
So we waited 2 days for Tony Stark to kill us. That's a pretty crazy.
No kidding.
Yeah. So since Ultron wiped out all their stuff, they're looking at old files on what they're going to find, and you also find out too that Ultron killed Strucker in prison.
Yes, he killed Strucker. Yeah.
But when they're showing, I love this too because everyone's still pissed at each other. When they hand it to Thor, Thor looks at it. He just Tony's chest.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
He's pissed at him. I would be too. I mean, come on.
And then throughout their stuff, they find a guy named Ulysses Claw, played by Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
You know who Andy Serkis is, right?
I can't remember what else he played on, but I've heard of him. It's clicking. My brain don't work right.
Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
That's right.
And he also directed the second.
It burns us.
Huh?
It burns us. That was Gollum.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
It's been a long time since I've seen.
It burns us.
Yeah.
Randy would know it.
Yeah. So they see something on his neck, and it's a brand for thief, but in a harsh language. He's like, "What's the language?" And Bruce looks at him like, "Well, Wakanda. First mention of Wakanda. We're getting there." And
Wakanda.
Yeah. So he's like, he met him at conventions. He's like, there are conventions there, you know. I didn't sell him anything because Steve looks at him like,
yeah.
He's like, what's from Wakanda? And then they look at the shield, like the strongest metal on Earth.
Yep.
And you see, you see Claw in his little thing talking, and then Wanda and Peter show up, and he takes all the bullets out of his gun because he's fast and lines them all up. He's like, what are you scared of? He's like, cuttlefish. They have the light of their head to distract their enemies, and boom, boom. I saw a documentary. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
So Ultron comes in, and he's like, let's talk business, you know, and trying to explain to them what they need it for. And he's like, talk about them being rich. He's like, now you are. And he gives them all a bunch of money. He's like, you know what they say? Keep your friends rich, your enemies rich. Then you find out which is which. He's like, Tony Stark used to say that to me. Are you one of his machines? And he gets all upset. And he's like, don't compare me to Stark. And he cuts off his arm. He's like, oh, I'm such a... He's like... And then he kicks him down the stairs.
And damn, kind of ruthless there, huh?
And the Avengers show up. And Thor says, nobody has to break anything. And with Ultron's like, clearly you never made an omelet. Tony's like, beat me by 1 second.
Yeah.
And I love the speeches.
I love that Ultron does. Yeah, like It's so awesome, and then I love how the jokes come into play.
When Steve like says something like, "We don't need to do this or something," and he's like, "Captain America, God's righteous man, pretending he could live without a war," and you see the look on his face, kind of like upset, and he's like, "I can't physically throw up in my mouth." But he's like, "What's the vibranium for?" He's like, "Oh, I'm glad you asked because I'm going to take this time to explain my evil plan." And then they just start to fight, which you didn't realize that he has powers, the magnetic and then laser. He pulls them to him and then shoots them. They fly out, and then a fight scene happens between them all. And I like this shot of using Quicksilver speed when he runs. He ducks some of the stuff, and then he uppercuts Steve.
Yes.
And then Thor throws the hammer, and he tries to grab it, and it just throws him.
It just throws him back, yeah. Like,
so it's like, so let's damage them. Ultron tells Wanda, like, let's destroy them from the inside. So she goes around basically affecting them all, but Bruce stays behind.
Yeah,
he's trying to call them. He's like, he hears the explosions of shit going down. And he's like, "Is this a code green?" But so Wanda shows Thor. No. First he gets Nat.
Yeah, he
got Nat. Brings her back to the Red Room where she was trained to be an assassin. All the like bad stuff that she went through, and then you get a hint of her on an operating table. We'll find that out in a second. But then she gets Steve. And he's thinking like, the war's over, back in the day. And Peggy's like, it's over. Let's have that dance.
Yep.
And then like just realizing, he looks back and realizes that he's all alone. That's what he's scared of, because everyone that he knew was gone from back in the day. And
back in the 40s, yeah.
He gets Thor, and and he says, "She can't trick me because I am mighty." And he walks in, and it's like, yeah, she did get him.
Yeah, she got him.
And it's in Asgard, and you get a vision of he sees Heimdall, and his eyes are gone. He's like, "I could see," and he grabs him, and he sees some stuff. He sees like 4 stones, and then a flash of something, and then he's taken out, and she tries to get Clint, but he was already mind controlled once, so he turned around and got her in the head with the electric arrow.
Yep, I remember that.
Like, I've been mind controlled once, not a fan.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not doing this again, yeah.
So he's about to hit her, and Pietro comes by and grabs her, knocks him down, and then takes off running. He's like, "Yeah, you better run." And then they get out, and they look. Tony and them are still fighting. Tony's still fighting with Ultron, and then he's like, Ultron says, how do you say it? He's like, and then there'll be another. He's like, "You'll catch on," and he destroys that body, and Pietro and Wanda are out there recuperating, and she's like, I got the big guy. And you see Bruce poking out like, "Huh? What's going on?" And then it cuts to something, and then it cuts to him freaking out outside the town, and he's screaming. She got in his head, made him Hulk out. So he's in the town freaking out, and they need they need Nat to do a code green, but a lot of them are they're indisposed.
They're kind of indisposed, so she kind of can't get to him right now.
So Tony has to do it. So he's got the thing in the sky, and then when they find out, he's like, "Look for anything Hulk related," and then it shows like him just destroying stuff in the town. So the thing up there comes down, and it makes a bigger Iron Man armor. They call it the Hulk Buster.
Yeah, the Hulk Buster.
It's just something just for contingency in case they can't control him. So he gets it, and he tries to put a cage on the Hulk, and he gets out of it. And he's trying to stop him. He's like, "That little witch is messing with your mind."
Yeah.
And then they're fighting. He destroys the arm. He tries to get another one. And it's just a whole bunch of chaos. And during one scene, Tony flips him over and lands on the ground and he's punching. He's like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. And it was pretty great.
Funny.
Then they attaches him to the arm to try to fly him away.
Yeah.
And then the Hulk panics, freaks out, and trying to destroy him. He's trying to get him out. He's like, just work with me here. And then they get to this building, and then they go through and with the elevator, trying to help the people that when it crashed. And then they get out, and then Tony uses it, slams it down on him. And then when he looks up, Tony flies by and punches him in the face as hard as he could. Hulk looks up with a pissed off look on his face, spits out a tooth. Tony pauses for a second. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then they end up things just get destroyed.
Oh yeah, everything got messed up.
And he goes to a building that's being constructed. He's like, "How long would it take for me to buy this building?" And he looks through. There's no civilians, so he drops him in it and blows it up. Stop him. And when he gets up, there's like a moment where the Hulk gets up and he's like looking around. He just sees all the chaos, people bleeding.
Yeah.
Some people just dead. He's just looking. And then Tony just out of nowhere
just smoked him, yeah.
But that was a crazy scene.
That was a crazy scene. Damn, Wanda, you messed him up. What are you doing?
So there's worldwide backlash over the Hulk's destruction. And the fears that Wanda's hallucinations incited, they send him into hiding. And they go to a place where Barton says, it's a safe house.
Right.
Which, earlier, whenever he said, I don't have a girlfriend, and then when they're looking through the files after Ultron wiped them out, he's on the phone, and Steve's like, who are you talking to? And he's like, girlfriend. But then they get here, and then you realize that it's Barton's farmhouse, and he has a family.
Yep.
And a wife, played by Linda Cardellini. And she's pregnant.
Yep.
And they have 2 other kids. And they're all confused.
Yeah.
And Tony's like, those are smaller agents. He says that Fury helped them set it up. So
that's right. That's right.
Keep it secret off of Shield's thing, for
off
hiding,
of Shield's radar and stuff like that. Yeah.
So, and then she goes up to his wife, and Nat goes up to his wife and says, "How's little Natalie?" And she's like, "Actually, it's Nathaniel, traitor."
Yeah.
Then Thor steps on a toy and breaks it.
Yep.
And then he looks at a kid just staring at him. And then he thinking about what he saw. And so he starts to leave. And Steve's like, where are you going? He's like, that dream showed me something. I need to find out. It's very important. Yeah. And he just flies off.
That's right.
But, yeah. Oh, boom. What are we talking about? So that's where also Ultron knew about the cradle that works with the body, kind of like what Clint did.
Yes.
So they didn't know if it could create like actual human body.
Right.
But Ultron used some of that. Wants to use some of that vibranium to help with
his situation.
And he enslaves Helen Cho with the scepter. And the Ultron wants a new body, So they're on the farmhouse, and Nat and Banner, they have a conversation about running away. And this is the scene I was talking about earlier. I'm going to get into that in a second. So she's like, I would have joined you, It's like, well, I guess we missed our time. She's like, did we? And it's just, it's like they want to be together, but just like what they both are. It's
what they are and what they do and what they,
So
it's kind of difficult.
So Banner says, I can't have kids, it's physically impossible, because
of the,
the other guy. But then she says, neither can I. And that's when she says, one of the things in the Red Room where she's trained is that they sterilize you so you have no attachments.
Yes.
And this scene, I understood it totally, but this scene fucking, went out of proportion for dumb people. When she says, you still think you're the only monster on the team?
Yep.
There was like a big thing because Joss Whedon, well, he's canceled now because he did some shit back in the day, but he was considered like a feminist, and they were like, a feminist would make this about a movie, calling a woman a monster because she can't have kids. It's like, no, if you listen to the scene,
if you pay attention,
it literally said that she can't have kids, and she calls herself a monster because she was trained as a fucking assassin.
Yes, not because she couldn't have kids. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not because she couldn't have kids.
See, that's the thing.
It's because she's an assassin.
That's the thing about
she's done horrible things.
I don't mean to sound like rude or mean or anything like that, but it pisses me off because people hear something and they automatically assume the first thing that comes to their fucking mind. Instead of listening and trying to realize the actual meaning of it, they get all fucking pissed off, and then look what happens. Yeah,
I totally understood that when she said that.
I did too, but a lot of people didn't because they're stupid.
People don't listen.
I don't care what I say anymore, honestly.
It's okay. But
excuse my outburst.
It was also hinted because Steve. Steve Bruce. Remember in the Avengers when Nat met him for the first time in that foreign country?
Yes.
He's like, we can't always get what we want, and the callback, But he can't because of that, and she can't. Not because she's a monster. Well, let's get away from that before I get.
Let's move on, please.
Okay, so then we get Steve and Tony are chopping wood, and they're arguing about what's going on. Thor, didn't tell you where he goes, and he's like, sometimes my teammates don't tell me anything. He's like, I don't like partner with a bad side or something, and they tore us apart like cotton candy, those twins.
Right.
He's like, but you seem to come out all right. He's like, is that a problem? I don't trust someone not with dark past or something, And he was like, this is what you created. He's like, Banner and I thought of something that could help the team. He said that could end the team. He's like, is that what the thing is?
Right.
We just win the fight and go home, and then Steve fucking takes one of those logs and rips it apart.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He's like, every time something happens like this, people die. Innocent people die every time. And then his Clint's wife's like, Mr. Stark, our tractor won't run. Do you think you can look at it? He's like, yeah, I'll take a look. And you see his little tiny pile of wood and Steve's big pile. Tony, don't take from my pile. And he goes in to the barn to look, and then you hear Fury, Fury. Artificial intelligence. He's like, and you never even hesitated. He tells him that he watched all of his team die
off. Yeah.
And he's like, and the worst part about it is that you didn't. Like everyone died but him.
Yep.
He was just saying, Steve, blah, 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 blah. Nick is like, we need to get this done. We need to do something.
Yeah, we need to finish this. Yeah.
So Fury is encouraging them all to stop Ultron. They're having their little conversation in the room. Nuke the platinum bastard.
Yeah.
Like, Steve don't like that kind of language. You know what, Romano?
Yeah. You know what he really wanted to say.
Yeah. They're trying to figure out what he needs. And they're worried about him getting nuclear codes too. Mm-hmm. That was one of the things.
That was one of the main things.
Into the internet.
He got into the whole internet. He could hack into the government's mainframe and shit like that. Get nuclear codes. Yeah.
and we find out that the vibranium is bonding with the tissue maker in the cradle really well.
Yeah.
And then he said, what did Ultron say? The most versatile metal in the world, and they use it to make a frisbee.
Oh, yeah.
Um, yeah, and you see a little gem inside the blue thing, and he breaks it.
Yeah.
It's the Mind Stone, the yellow stone.
Yep.
And they put it on top of the head of the body that they're creating, and then Ultron's sitting there getting his plugging in his consciousness so he can move it into there. And what is it? Where am I? Oh, you see a scene of Thor talking to Eric Selvig from his movies. He's like, nice outfit. If you want to be conspicuous, lose the hood.
Lose the hood, yeah.
And he said he needed his help with something. And he goes to a cave, okay? And as he's going to the cave, they come back to Ultron. And when he's uploading himself, Wanda starts to read the mind and discovered his plan of human extinction. And then she reads the Vision's mind, or the body's mind. And he said, he's like, you want to destroy the Earth. And Ultron, how did he put it? He's like, people will have every opportunity to destroy the world. And he's like, when the dust settles, God throws a stone.
Yes.
And believe me, he's winding up. Like he's getting ready for like another extinction thing, like a level event. They all got it even before the dinosaurs got theirs. And what's his name? Wanda removes the spell from Cho.
Yeah.
And she deactivates the thing, and then he knocks her down.
Yeah.
And the twins escape. So now, boom. Where am I now? They're there looking for the vehicle. It's in the back of a truck.
Yeah.
And then Tony's trying to get the nuclear codes. He's like, I'm the heck nuclear codes. You don't want me to. But they find it and they jump on top. And then Ultron's like, oh, leave me alone. And shoots the thing.
Shoots him, yeah.
And he falls off. And he said, how did he put it?
That's one of those, I'm not bothering you, leave me alone.
Steve loses his shield. Oh, no. Was it? Okay.
Did he lose his shield?
He gets knocked off the back.
That's right.
He's holding on to the back of the door of the truck, and he's trying to get up, and Clint tells Steve, you're no match for him, Cap. Thanks, Barton.
Thanks, Barton.
But then he
Thanks
gets
a lot.
up and he's hitting him with the shield, but then he knocks it off. And I found this funny, too, if you notice. He doesn't have his shield.
Yes.
He gets behind Ultron and starts to choke him.
Yes.
Why is Steve choking a robot?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. What the hell is that?
Like, what are you doing?
Choking a robot?
What are you doing? Then Nat gets let out.
It's a natural reaction, honestly.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It's a joke. I just find it funny. He's like, what are you doing?
It was fun. I said the same thing. I was like, what are you doing?
And then Nat picks up his shield. He's like, I'm always picking up after you boys. She's trying to get there. Gives him the shield. And he's trying to stop her. But she's getting through. And he's just kicking ass.
Yeah.
Trying to destroy the Ultron. But it's just not working.
It's just not working.
Too strong. Where is it? They end up she ends up getting in there while some of the Ultron robots get onto the bottom of the thing, use their face as rockets and start going up.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah. And then so when they're trying to get it back to Tony so they can dismantle the body to not worry about it. He goes, she's like, what's his? God damn. Clint turns the thing around he's like, all right, how do you want me to take it? She's like, I wish you'd ask a better question.
Yeah.
So they're getting up in the air to get it while Steve gets and Ultron get knocked through a bus, and Wanda and them are trying to do trying to stop him, and he's like, please don't do this, And she's like, we have to stop you. And so he destroys the front of the thing.
Yes.
And they're trying to stop it, but it won't work. So Pietro's there, and he's like, can you save all the people? We'll try to stop it. So he runs out and tries to get everybody out of the way. And Wanda's trying to lift it to go. And while this is going on, Nat knocks the thing loose, and she's falling out the back. And it's about to go in. The cradle gets in, but then Ultron flies by and grabs her, carries her off. Clint's upset, but Steve tells him that she's got to go. So he gets it back to Tony. And yeah, they're trying to stop the bus, and they stop it. But he's like, I don't give me one good reason why I should trust you. And she's like, Tony, you're giving it to him. He's gonna, you know what he's gonna do. And he's like, I trust him. He's like, but do you? And then he kind of realizes. So Clint gets the cradle back and to Tony and them, and they're about to start dismantling it. They come to find out that Tony found Jarvis.
Yes, he found Jarvis.
He wasn't destroyed.
He was just kind of off somewhere else, yeah.
He was going to put Jarvis's consciousness into Ultron, or into the body.
Into the body,
and then he's like, they're like, no. He's like, you kind of trust me? I kind of don't.
Yeah, I kind of don't right now.
And he's like, we gotta do this. So he finally talks him into doing it. So they start trying to do that. Oh, and while this is going on, Thor, I told you that he went into the thing to see the vision.
Yeah, because he saw that vision. Yeah,
it was a weird scene though, kind of like just to establish all the stones that we come across so far. And it almost felt like out of nowhere. Even though we needed to know about the stones, it just felt weird. It felt out of place.
It did kind of feel a little bit out of place. Yeah, like maybe it was just me, but
no, I mean it's fine. I'm not mad about it. It's just
it was a little weird.
Down some.
It was a little weird,
but where were you? So yeah, they're trying to do it, and they're just about to do it, and then Steve's like, I'm only going to say this once. And he's like, how about nuts? He's like, shut it off. He's like, nope, not going to do that.
Nope.
And he's like, you got to stop. He's like, why? Is she in your head? And what? She says something. He goes, oh, really? He's like, oh, we're way past that. I can choke the life out of you and not change a shade. Like, god damn!
I know, right?
Holy shit!
That was really like awesome at the same time.
Yeah. And so they're trying. And while this is going on, Clint is trying to find Nat using some kind of Morse code.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to stop the power, but Pietro, I should call it Pietro, runs by all the cords and pulls them out.
Yes.
He's like, no, go on. You were saying? Then that slow-mo shot of the bullet. And it falls, and then Clint's right there. He's like, you didn't see that coming? So they all start to kind of fight. Tony's got half of his armor. They're trying to stop. Like, we need to do this.
Right.
And then they finally stop. And then, what is it? Banner has Wanda.
Yes.
He's like, go ahead, piss me off. I dare you. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Thor comes in, lands on top of the thing, shoots lightning in with his hammer. And then all of a sudden it explodes. Yep. It fills up the power, and then the body comes up.
Yep.
And they're all looking at him. And they kind of throw him, and he goes to the window and he stops. And his body, he looks like a skinned Paul Bettany.
A little bit.
It's Paul Bettany in the thing.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I remember when he said that he got paid money in a bag to go into a booth, record voices for Jarvis, and then leave with a paper bag of money. He's like, now I actually have to be in these things.
I have to be in these damn things now.
The Vision, or they don't call him that yet, but the body looks like Paul Bettany if he was skinned.
Yeah, they didn't call him Vision. Yeah.
They call him Vision because he's their vision.
Yeah, he's there.
Something, so that's why his name is Vision. But I was always curious, why they named him that. It's like, okay, that makes sense.
But he wouldn't mention Vision until Infinity War, right?
No. They called him in there.
I don't remember that. Oh, Vision. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So, and he goes to the window, and his body turns like kind of green, and then he can float, and then he lands. And he's like, "That was odd. Thank you."
Yeah.
And then he does that, and he's got a yellow cape.
Yeah.
He's got a yellow cape. And they were trying to ask him, like, are you an Ultron? He's like, I don't think so. He's like, are you good or something? And he said, I don't think it's that simple. It's like, yes or no?
Just yes or no. It's very simple, actually.
Yeah, he's explaining. He's like, but we need to go. We need to get moving if we need to stop him. And he's holding up Mjolnir.
Yeah.
And they all just looking at him. And Thor's like, and he hands it to him.
Yeah. I thought that was really fun. It's like, damn, none of them could have lifted it up. Here you go.
What is it? Yeah. It says, Thor, Thor also tells him that he activated him because the Scepter's gem is part of his vision, related to the powerful 6 Infinity Stones from which the new being gets the name Vision.
Yep.
He looks like a skin Paul Bettany, that's what I said.
Yeah.
He earns their trust by the hammer, and they both, the Maximoffs join forces with the Avengers. And he's like, we need to take out Ultron. Tony says, it's like, I'm going to need to do it. And Vision goes, that's true, he hates you the most.
Right.
But they're all getting ready, and what is it? Steve's like, I got no plans to die today.
Yeah, no plans to die today.
What the fuck is wrong with my paper?
What did you do?
I don't know. Oh well. So they traveled to Sokovia. Oh well, Ultron is also trying to explain to Nat because she's captured.
Yeah, he captured her.
About what he's doing. I love how pathetic he sounds when he goes, I need to talk to you. I need to tell you about my stuff. I don't have anyone. This is the way he said it. Right? Like, almost sad. You almost feel sorry, but then he's a murder bot.
Yeah, he's an ass wipe.
Yeah. So, yeah. He's like, when he tells her whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stronger. When he's talking and closes her, he's talking to her, and then behind him rips the body, and it's a bigger Ultron, like more swole with vibranium. It's like whatever doesn't kill you, make you stronger, pushes her into the cave, and then closes it.
Yeah.
And this is where they got to travel to Sokovia and try to get everyone out of there. And Pietro runs into a police station, tries to tell everyone to get out, and then he runs out, and they're like, he runs back in and shoots. He's like, get off your ass, and he runs out. They all try to come after him. Wanda's using some of her mind control to get people out. They're trying to get as many people as they can out so no one will die.
So no one dies, yeah. Because they're about to mess shit up.
Yeah. So and they get there and they find in the center of the thing a device that Ultron's built.
Yep.
They don't know what it's for yet, but it goes down like pretty far.
It goes, like I think miles down, if I'm not mistaken.
And then Vision comes in, and then Ultron's upset because that was supposed to be him. He's like, my vision. He's like, they really did take everything from me. And then Vision grabs him and he locks him out of the internet, so he can't get into there. And then as they're getting everyone out, Ultron eventually presses the button, and the part of the city is rising, and the vibranium, and he's looking all at it, and there's thrusters underneath too. So what he did was took a chunk of the town, connected it all with like rockets to come up to make a big old rock.
Just a big old huge rock, damn near an island.
When it gets up high, if you press the button again, the thrust, if it's high enough, the thrusters will flip and it'll shoot it down as hard as it can to the Earth, to basically like an asteroid, to wipe out the entire Earth. That's what I've never in a movie seen a villain do like something that. I thought that was a cool kind of thing. No one really does that.
That was a pretty cool concept, because normally it's something that's coming towards Earth from thousands of miles, kind of like Armageddon or something like that.
They're actually using a rock from the Earth.
They're using a part of the Earth
like that
to make like the asteroid or whatever. Yeah, that's really cool, actually.
Yeah, so we get Banner goes to find Nat, rescues her, and then she's like, God, you're such a nerd, and then kisses him, but then pushes him off, but I need the other guy.
Like get angry.
Yeah, and then the Hulk comes up. And there's a lot going on here. Cap's trying to talk to them all, you do this, you do that. If you get killed, walk it off.
Yeah, walk it off.
And if
you get killed, you ain't walking no more, stupid.
And there's a moment in this whole last bit where they focus on a mother and a child, a mother and a son, which they'll come into play in a bit. They're destroying robots, just fucking
just
everywhere.
Everything's going ape shit.
Yeah, Clint saves Wanda, but tries to get her to be a hero. They get into a building.
Yep.
And he's giving her a speech, which
the
city's I wrote it down. The city is flying. There's an army of robots, and I got a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense. He's like, you stay in here, you'll be safe. But if you go out there, you're an Avenger. He's like, now I got a job to do.
That was fun. This makes sense.
Yeah. And then Cap and Thor save some people. A lady falls.
Yeah.
And then it saves her, but then a car falls too, and Thor brings it back to the ground. As they're walking off, the guy gets out like, but you don't see him throw up. It's like climb
out, and you see him go.
I guess they forgot to edit it in. It's like, was he just gagging on nothing? I don't know.
That was funny.
But yeah, they're just
everything's just chaotic right now.
And then, like, what's his name? Clint's about to get like wrecked, and then Wanda walks out of that door, throws her fit. Oh, it was such a bad.
Oh, that was a.
And she grabs the robots and rips them apart with the magic.
That was awesome.
And then Pietro comes by and grabs her and runs off. He's like, "Try to keep up, old man." And he points the arrow at him. He's like, "Nobody would know." He's like, God,
that was great.
Yeah, last time I saw him, and Ultron was sitting on him. He's gonna be missed, that quick little bastard. And then Thor's trying to fight some of the robots, but Ultron comes up and he's like, "Thor, you're bothering me."
Oh,
and just throws him into the thing, and distracts him long enough for Vision to hit him with the hammer. He's like, "It's got a good balance." He's like, "Yeah, so you just swing it, right?" And they still got people on the island they're trying to save, and then a helicarrier shows up with Maria Hill and James Rhodes and SHIELD agents to evacuate all the civilians. So they're doing all kinds of stuff, and then they're inside the thing, and one of the guys is talking is the dude from Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, yep.
He was the guy that they wanted him to press the button to turn on the thing, but he wouldn't do it.
Yes, he would not do it.
Yeah, he's like, the next one is top. It's full of people. It just goes back. And then a robot flies through.
Yes.
And he screams like a little girl, and then Fury takes it out. But, oh, man.
Oh, that's funny.
They, so Rhodey's taking out some of the robots, too. And they all meet at the core. And Tony's like, you and Banner better not be playing hide the zucchini. He's a relax, shellhead. Some of us, not all of us can fly. and they make it in there, and Ultron's right there.
Yep.
And then Thor's like, "Is that the best you could do?" And then he holds up his arm, and a bunch of robots start coming. And Cap goes, "You had to ask."
Yeah.
He's like, "This is the best I got. All of me versus all of you."
Shut up.
He's like, "What are you gonna do?" He's like, "Well, like the old man said, together." And they have this awesome scene of them just destroying the robots.
Yeah, that was great.
When
they're all in that little, I guess it's like a chapel area. Or
it's
something
the church where the thing is.
Yeah,
and they have Vision flying through around while Cap does a little spin.
He does a little spin, kick, flip thing. Yeah, it's really cool.
Bunch of shit going down.
He does that superhero land on one knee and has his arm. Oh yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah. And then they hit Ultron out of the thing, and then Tony, Thor, and Vision use their lasers, and Tony and Vision use the laser.
Yes.
And that's when you first see that Vision can use that gem as a laser.
Yeah, he uses this.
But there was a cool moment where when Vision is fighting one of the robots, his arm phases through and breaks it. That's one of his powers from the comic.
That was really cool.
He has phasing powers, which his powers come into play in Civil War.
Civil War, yep.
A funny moment. We'll get to there, but
that was really cool.
Yeah. They're just destroying Ultron. They're burning his metal. Vibranium is strong metal, but all three of them at the same time shooting their stuff.
Yeah, just burning them. Yeah, pretty much.
When they just destroy it, and then Vision. Ultron stands up and goes, with the benefit of hindsight. And Hulk just hits him, and he flies off, and then he yells at the robots, and the robots turn and start to run.
Yeah.
And they said they have to destroy all the robots, because even if one escapes, Ultron's still around.
Ultron can still come. Yeah.
So, they
track them all down. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rhodey's trying to take out some of the robots. Yeah. But I love it how he's destroyed. He's about to get one, and then one blows up in front of him, and you see Vision flying over one, and he puts two of his fists through it with his phasing, and then rips it apart and shoots a couple with his laser. Rhodey's like, "I'm sorry, what?" That's his first time seeing him.
He was a little caught off guard with him.
Yeah. Okay, what?
I'm sorry, what?
And Wanda's trying to protect the core while Nat tries to what is it? Shit, it's right here. She's trying to calm Hulk down.
Yeah.
But Ultron gets into their little flying thing and is heading towards him and tries to shoot him. Almost hits Nat. But he gets out of the way. He gets her out of the way. He gets her, jumps on top of the helicarrier.
Yes.
Leaves her.
And then he goes back.
And then he goes back. He jumps into the thing Ultron's in. And you hear Ultron. You don't see him, but you hear him, "Oh, for God's sake!" He just throws him out of the thing, and he wrecks into this bus, and he's down. Well, Wanda's destroying one of those. No, he throws him. No, we totally missed a part. Before he throws him, all the people are almost off. You're missing that mother and son. Clint sees him.
Yes.
So, no, the boy. The mom got on with the boy. Yeah, it's Clint. Did I say that?
It's Clint. Yeah, it was Clint. Yeah.
He sees the boy there, and the mother's like, "Save my son." So he runs to go get him, and he grabs it. And before Ultron gets thrown out, he's trying to shoot them. And as he's shooting, you see, boom! And you realize what's going on.
Yep.
And then you look, and it's Pietro covered in bullet holes. And you see Wanda for a second kind of just pause because, like, when she does that, you know what goes on.
It's about to,
And he looks at him covered in holes and says, "You didn't see that coming," and just dies.
Yep.
And then Wanda, when she drops on her knees, like she just disintegrates all the other robots around her.
That was really cool.
That was a Krill moment. And he saved the boy. And the Cap comes and grabs the body. And they both make it back. And they lay down. And then this is where Ultron gets thrown out. Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, for God's sake. He gets thrown out.
Yeah. And then it's a funny moment too. Oh, no, it's not a funny moment. But Clint's laying there. And then Peter's full of holes.
Yeah.
And you realize that he was shot. Which I like this that they didn't overpower because he's fast. He's really fast.
He's fast. Yeah,
but he made a mistake. He
missed. Yeah. Oh yeah, naturally. Yeah, he made a mistake. So,
but there's a blooper where Clint lays down and Pietro's down there, and Aaron Taylor starts to move. And then he looks down, he sees the move. He's like, "No, you're supposed to be dead." And he leans over trying to hold his breath. It's a blooper, though, but he tries to hold him.
No, you're supposed to be dead.
So, everybody gets saved. And Wanda is by Ultron.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Don't stay here. You'll die." She's like, "I did just now. Do you know what it felt like?" And she pulls out his robo heart. It felt like that. And that Ultron's down. However, there was one left. While all this was going on, they were trying to figure out how to stop it from floating. What Tony wanted to do was heat the bottom, and then Thor's on top with the hammer. So it'll kind of and blow the thing apart, so it'll just be little pieces falling instead of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But one of the robots comes back and hits the button, and it starts to go.
Yes.
Everyone gets off, and as it's going, Tony shoots his laser, like I said, and then Thor gets up there at the same time and hits it. But as this was going on, Wanda was falling, but Vision flies through and grabs her and flies off with her. And they hit it, and it blows up. And pieces falling everywhere. Tony falls into the water. Where was we? Oh, and then the Hulk, unwilling to endanger Romanoff by being with her, departs in a Quinjet.
Yep.
The Quinjet, that's what it's called. I keep forgetting what's the thing. So, and then we get a scene where Vision is with the final Ultron. And he's like, "Are you scared?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm scared of you." I forgot all the stuff that he said, but he's like, I think the humans, they'll be okay. And he goes, Ultron says, "You're unbearably naive." He's like, "Well, I was born yesterday."
Yeah.
And then he tries to attack him, but he blows him up. And that's the end of them.
Yep.
So now we flash forward to the Avengers at the new tower.
Yep.
I mean, not the new tower, their new base.
The tower, yeah.
And you got before Thor leaves, they're trying to understand how Vision is worthy.
Yeah.
He's like, they're trying to explain it. He's like, "But if you put the hammer in the elevator and it goes up, elevator's worthy." It's like, "How am I gonna miss these talks, guys?" He's like, "The Mind Stone is one of the 4 Infinity Stones that have shown up in the last few years, and I gotta find out, where everything else. I gotta figure the rest out." And he flies away and leaves the burn marks in there. That guy has no care for lawn maintenance. Tony leaves to semi-retire. he's like, you can have that too, Cap. He's like, I know, but I don't think I can.
Yeah.
So he's left to run the team. But also we get a shot too while Nat calls the Quinjet trying to get him to calm down and turn around, but he flips it off. So he won't do that. So he won't be a part of that. So she asked Nick Fury if whenever she sent him to meet him all those years ago, did he know that they would get together?
Right.
He didn't know.
Right.
So they have you getting it? We're almost done.
Oh no, I'm just gotta get comfortable.
So it's Nat and Cap. Cap's the leader of the Avengers.
Yes.
And he's like, let's whip them up into shape, talking about their new Avengers team. And their new Avengers team consists of Rhodey as the War Machine, Vision, Sam Wilson, and Wanda in a new suit, which I found out recently that they are talking about an Avenger. They had one more. It was supposed to be Captain Marvel.
Yes.
But she wasn't cast yet.
Yes, she was not cast
So they were going to film someone there, and that person was going to be it, but they decided to not do that and introduce her in her own movie.
Right, right.
So, yeah. But then we get the shot of him going, Avengers! And before he says the symbol, and it cuts away.
Yep.
And then we get that cool little after credit scene with the statue.
Yes, the statue.
But then we get a mid-credit scene where you see a vault open and you see a big metal glove in it. All of a sudden, a big purple dude pops up. It's Thanos. He grabs the gauntlet and he says, fine, I'll do it myself.
Yep.
And then that was it. And we don't get no end credit scene in this one.
No, we didn't.
Which was fine because we know where it's going.
You know where it's going because
And that is Avengers: Age of Ultron.
All right.
That was going through that again. That was really fun. This was a really good movie. This is better than I remember what it was before.
I just love the speaking parts and the humor with Ultron. That's what made the movie really
good. Because he's a robot, but he's AI, almost like real, so he can make jokes. And
it was really cool.
Yeah. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny too.
I can't physically throw up in my mouth, but
yeah. All right.
So you want to go?
Okay, I'll go first. If I remember correctly, I think I gave the first Avengers 8. I think I gave it an 8, if I remember correctly. So I enjoyed this one a little bit better than the first one. So I'm going to give it 8.5.
8.5?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to remember what our ratings were.
I can't remember. I think I gave it an 8.
I'm going to have to go back and listen to the end of our videos.
Right.
I'm going to try to write it down and keep track of that.
Right.
I think, I could be wrong, but I think I gave the first one a 9.
Yeah, you gave it a pretty high rating. Yeah, I think
it's so good. This
it
one
was very good. But I kind of enjoyed this one a little bit better than the first one.
I understand. I did also, I can say. However, I'm going to go 8.5.
You're going to go 8.5 also? Okay.
This movie is entertaining all the way through.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, Ultron is the best part. The hammer scene.
Definitely.
When they're all trying to lift it is so funny. And it's great because we know where it goes.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm going to give it
8.5. All right.
What'd you say?
8.5 also,
8.5?
Yep.
Okay, you did. All right, that is, I think this is the end of Phase 2. If not, the next movie is Ant-Man. And that has an interesting backstory.
Yeah,
we'll get to that. But, and then after that, I think we're going to take a break from the MCU and do some random movies.
We'll do some classics.
Yeah. I'm not going to say yet, but
Yeah.
you'll see. But thank you all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment if we missed anything.
Yes, and
And-
like I said before, any facts about the movie that you know that we didn't bring up, put it in the comments. We'd love to hear it.
All right. Thank you.
Peace.